Hey. Am I live? I'm live. I think I'm live. I cracks myself up not being uh, prepared. Hey, let's chat about love is back. That's right. We back. I've been off for a couple of weeks, but it is back. We have to have this real raw conversation and about love. Absolutely. If you don't have my book, you see it, kind of got a glare. Get my book off of Amazon. Let's chat about love. It covers romantic love, self-love, and of course, as I say, the ultimate God's love. Yeah, I'm trying to get myself together while I am live. So this is going to be a great conversation. I'm super excited about this. Super excited about to have my guests because they're gonna share their perspective, some knowledge. We always giving the juice, the nuggets, like to stir it up a little bit. We're gonna get right down to it. I'm gonna bring them in, and hey, we're gonna start the conversation. I I want to bring on with me. I'm adding to it is Breeze.
What's up?
What's up?
What's happening?
CEO,
Yes,
right? Breeze,
yes,
Breeze. Y'all better check it
definitely,
out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better
definitely.
check it out. So we got Breeze here. Then I'm bringing on. Let me see if I can bring Rain up in here. We got
CEO, right on. See,
Rain in the
rain,
house.
rain,
Rain,
up
you're
in
gonna have to cut
here.
down. I'm getting some feedback.
CEO, right on. See, rain, rain, up
You're
in
gonna have to cut
here.
down. You got it, Rain. Okay, there we go. Y'all can still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Okay, Rain, MUA, makeup artist, to the influencers, celebrities. She's my personal makeup artist, y'all. She up in here. She up in here. And last but not least, we could not do this with having a male perspective. This my bro. He always bringing us the knowledge. Got a lot to say. I'm super excited to have him on here. Fahim, we know that you finna give us the juice and knowledge. Hey, this my bro, y'all. This man, no, he's gonna make me get teary eyed because this man has an amazing story. He is so inspirational. You have no idea. He's an author, and the way his life has transformed. I'm gonna get him to let me tell his story one day, but we're not doing that today. But that's gonna happen soon. I don't know. I'm getting some feedback from. If you're not speaking, can you put yourself on mute? Trying to see who that is. Okay. Yeah, put yourself on mute. So look, y'all, this is what we're talking about. Please share. You guys know, audience, I want you to, if you're watching, ask questions, um, give some feedback, some comments, let us know what's happening. So Rain did a post, and on her post on Facebook, the question was, why is the Black community struggling to find real love? Y'all know I jumped right on that. So that's what we are here to talk about today. That's what we hear. So I'm gonna put it out there to my guests, Breeze, Fahim, Rain. Why is the Black community struggling to find love? Come on, I'm gonna start with Dion, and then y'all, you know how we just flow, just jump right in. Breeze, what you think? Why is the Black community struggling to find love?
Um, Personally, I feel like it is fear. It is um the a lot of times I think that when people are afraid to commit, it keeps them from being able to move forward. So they may have their first date and then they finding all kind of things wrong with the person, you know. Instead of looking within to make sure that they first are open and available to date, and that's mentally. So you have to first start with that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then you have to have an open mind when you're moving forward in dating, because it's not going to always be peaches and cream. So I think for that, we struggle in that Black community. Fear, not seeing healthy relationships in the home.
Right.
That's another thing.
Right.
You grow up not seeing a model or what you think that love should look like.
Right. Right. Right.
So we
Right.
get that confused.
Right. Absolutely. Fear is a major though. It's major.
Yeah.
So Fahim, what you got? What you think? Why
Uh,
is the Black community struggling to find real love?
man, it's a lot of reasons. I believe our minds. You know what I'm saying? Like we've been conditioned to not love. You know what I'm saying? And that goes from way back then in some form or fashion. We don't even know how to love ourselves. So
Mm-hmm.
if you look at the Black communities, they got trust issues. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? We don't trust the police. We don't trust our neighbors. We don't trust churches, the local churches, how we used to. And because of that, most of our communities in an uproar right now. You know what I'm saying? So you got to ask yourself, if we got trust issues, what is love without trust? You know, we,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It's like we hate on ourselves so much, and it's like every other race can come together. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And every other race is building off of our communities, except for
Mm-hmm.
us.
Mm-hmm.
You got so many races that's in there that's they generate wealth and they passing it on. And then like in the 70s and like coming up in the 70s, most men been taught to suppress their feelings. You know what I'm saying? Hide their emotions. Don't cry. If you cry, you a punk or you showing some form of weakness. You know what I'm saying? But we got to change that narrative. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to surround yourself with like-minded people about love. Most men don't know how to love, or they know how, but they get it late in the game. Women are more mature than men, so we'll catch it late in the game, but we can get it. But you find you one, you better keep hold of it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like rare. You know what I'm saying? If you just look at the communities right now, our communities, man, our Black kids, you know what I'm saying? We got to reach these babies. We losing these kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot goes on with it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of reasons why it's hard to find Black love in the community. It's there though. It's there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we gotta stay in tune with the positive people. You know what I'm saying? And I look at it like this as well. It's like when you around so much negativity, like in the community, you gotta find some type of positive outlet. And I look at
Yeah.
it like if you plug yourself, it's like a socket. You plug yourself into something. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You get that power. So if you're around like-minded people, you plug yourself into that power. There you
Mm-hmm.
go. You know what I'm saying? But if you disconnect from those individuals, you no longer have the power. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta plug
Right.
ourselves with like-minded people that love. You know.
Right. 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 I love that. I love. Right. Bree said fear. You know what I'm saying? You said trust. Two main words that plays a role in why we are struggling to find true love in our community. Somebody watching said refusal to deal with self baggage. What
Mm,
y'all think about that?
Yeah.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I think that a lot of times when we are in relationships and we always want to pick out the negative things in the other person,
Mm-hmm.
we never ever take a step back and say, what did I do to contribute to this person making these decisions or affecting our household? Because nobody is perfect. We all contribute to why a relationship can go left or right. You have to take that step back and say, hey, um, you know, maybe I wasn't present in the relationship. You know, it takes a grown person to be able to say, I was not there for you. you
Mm-hmm.
know, Not just, oh, you did this and you did that. You didn't cook, you didn't come home, you were standing where you cheated. It's a combined factor. So it's like you have to have those real conversations. Those You have to have those talks. That's very important. Communication is very important.
Right.
And what works for one household and relationship may not work for the next, you know. So you
Right.
have to understand that every relationship works differently. Every household is reared differently as far as relationships, marriages, and children, you know. But it's better to be able to have those open and real conversations. And I think a lot of times we be afraid to kind of rock that boat. You don't want to step on toes. And, again, it goes back to that fear. Um, Fear of having conversations, fear of expressing yourself, fear of being open. Like, you know, uh, what's your name? Falam?
Fahim?
Fahim? Fear of being expressive as far as men are concerned. That's real. You know, I mean, embrace your children, embrace your young men, let them know that it's okay. Just because you crying, that doesn't make you a punk. That means that you real and you have feelings and you can show those feelings. And to me, that makes a better young man, a better father, a better person going into the world, being able to handle real things, real life situations. It's not just about you being strong and you being tough, and it's not about that. You have to be able to show your emotions. You have to be expressive and compassion. We lack in compassion.
Right.
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 That was just the narrative, like when I was coming up, that's all it was, you know what I'm saying? But, some people grow and they get wiser, you know what I'm saying? And I'm one of them
Yeah.
guys, you know what I'm saying? And then another thing, just like we talking right now, a lot of people will catch on to what we're saying. But
Yes.
hear one thing and don't really catch it, but when the media portrays something, this is how the media is today. So we know what back when we was all coming up, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It took a village to raise us. You know what I'm saying? The
Right.
village is no longer there because we tear up our communities. It's sad to say, but we tear up our communities and how they portray the image on TV. You could hear something, it won't catch on. You won't catch it too quick. But if you see
Yeah.
this on TV, you constantly seeing this, you thinking that's the way to go. So a lot of people got love confused with materialistic stuff and money. So a
Yeah.
lot of people thinking like they can buy this or they can get and that's not really love. You just buying it. That's just a moment. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So a lot of people are getting confused because this is all they seeing on TV. If I buy this
Yeah.
bag or if I get them this car, that's not really love. That's just material. Love got to come from your soul. It got to come from your heart. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So.
Right. So Ryan, I see you jump back in. Give us some tidbit. What are your thoughts about the struggle with love in the Black community? You on mute.
Sorry. According to popular beliefs, it's about standards and ego. Ego pertaining about who should be submissive or not in a relationship. Independence. Being a female, independent female, is that too masculine for a male to be take over his role? It's a lot of things that's going on. So I think it's just ego and standards. That's what I believe. Is that
Somebody
me?
somebody said we're the only group the black community is the only group that self-hate, criticizes and discriminates within itself. Then says that we can't do therapy. Basically act like we got these issues going on and we refuse to get help. Um what you guys think about that? I know, let me go back. I'm gonna ask this question. I'm gonna ask Fahim. Communication, because I think Bree said something about being able to communicate. And I was having a conversation with Rain earlier, and I was saying I just heard somebody say that how do you improve if you don't never have conflict? If you and your mate,
Exactly.
your spouse, your partner, whatever the case may be, if y'all don't ever do this,
Never move forward.
you know, you don't ever you don't ever want to address your issue, your concern, how you feeling. how do you grow and develop? So, Fahim, how important is communication? You've been married a long time. You've been married. Fahim been married some years, y'all. So somehow he figured it out. What? How many years?
It's been 20 years or what on the 16th of
There you
June.
go. So how important is communication?
You gotta communicate. You know what I'm saying? You gotta communicate, and that is something that we like. And like you were saying, black people, that go back to what I was saying at first. You know, we've been conditioned a certain type of way, and a lot of people will carry on tradition instead of the truth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if we've been conditioned to tell our community, we've been conditioned to hate on each other. And like I was saying, you see all these other races, they building in our communities. We don't get nothing from that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta communicate. You gotta communicate, whether you mad or not. If one of y'all get mad or whatever, walk it off, come back in. I done did it plenty of times. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So, you know, I think
I
she
agree with that.
upstairs probably watching this. Because I ain't been talking to her. But you know, yeah,
I
you gotta
agree.
communicate.
Yeah, I agree with that. Just to piggyback off Yolanda and Rain's conversation from earlier, as far as that rocking the boat. That's what I was saying earlier. People being afraid to actually say anything, they don't want to step on any toes. You have to, because if you cannot resolve the problem that you're having, you will never be able to move forward to the next chapter, or to the next, problem that you're gonna have if you cannot solve this one, or you just putting a band-aid on it. And I think a lot of times people, they don't want to engage in that difficult conversation, but those difficult conversations need to be had. Um, they have to be had. They should be had. But I think that a lot of times, like I said, that fear, I don't want them mad at me. I don't know what they're gonna say, and we gotta get out of that as far as the communication. The communication is very big, and it's that step moving forward in a relationship. Because if you don't, you're gonna be stuck in that same situation. It's like learning that same problem over and over again till you solve it, and then that way you can move forward.
Right, right. So is love out there for the Black community? I
I
think
think it
Fahim
is.
said it is. Is it out there?
It's
Is it
definitely
just
love out
if
there.
you're not
It's
if you're
love.
not
It's love
if
out
you're
there.
not already
I say it
married,
all day. Somebody looking for love on Facebook. So it's out there
if you're not
all day.
already married or in a relationship, is there hope in the Black
Hope.
community to find it?
It's hope. I think that a lot of times, just you gotta take a look at self first.
Exactly.
You
Self
have to
love.
be self. You have to love yourself, because just like we've all heard, you cannot love nobody until you love yourself first. So if you're looking at trying to find what you want in somebody else, but it's always something wrong, you got to take that step back and be like, what's going on with me? There's something about me I don't like. It's something about me that's making me do this. I don't like it. So you got to be real with yourself first. Date yourself, love yourself, spend time with yourself, meditate. Whatever it is that's going to help you get to that stage where you like, I'm ready. So now I can accept this person and know I'm not perfect, neither are they. Is it worth me arguing with them about it, or just letting it slide? Is it worth a second date? Maybe not. But you gotta be real with yourself. That's where it's gotta start.
I like that. I like that. Being real with yourself. Being real with yourself. Okay, somebody, I don't know why we, I don't know
I
where
don't.
we,
I
where we,
don't know.
where
I'm
that
on mute.
coming from. I'm sorry, I put you on mute for a second. Um, so I was just thinking like old school. I don't know if y'all can remember the movie Claudine. Uh, I just love that movie. But I don't know. It came to mind. I know y'all done seen it.
Yeah.
Y'all old enough. I ain't the oldest one. I am the oldest one on here. But and I'm just thinking about like the family dynamics, and even though all the struggle, you can see some love. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
What is different, you guys, from like that and now? as it relates to love within the family or love between, a couple. Do we still have kind of like what I consider like that going on today, or are we
I
missing that?
think the difference, a lot of
It's still
difference,
out there.
like, yeah, it's still out there, but a lot of difference is like the morals, the respect, you know what I'm saying, the values. Man, we used to have values as a people, you know what I'm saying, but it's still out there. It's still out there, but like she was saying, you got to find love within yourself. You got to have that self-esteem. I don't care if you big, skinny, or you got to love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Have some peace within yourself too, in order for others to love you. But
Yeah.
it's somewhere along the way we lost morals and respect. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's still out there. It's still some good ones out there. Women and men.
Yeah,
Right,
we got to do the work. We got to do the
right,
work. And we have to know that it's okay for Black people to go to therapy. It's okay for people to have an outlet for people to
That
talk to.
part.
You have to have that outlet because what we are doing is just say like it's parents. If you having these struggles within yourself, you're not being expressive to your children. You're not loving your kids. You're not holding your kids. So what happens with those kids? Now they going out into the world, looking for love and attention, and you trying to figure out why your 13, 14-year-old running away. It's a lot that we have to take a step within, like I said, within ourselves. Hey, I need some assistance here. I need an outlet. I need to talk to somebody. It is okay for us to have therapy. People always would say, "Oh, it must be something wrong with you," or y'all crazy. No, I'm getting some help because I'm realizing that this is bigger than me. You know, so and you have to tell people it's okay not to be okay. We all have issues. We all got struggles. Today may be a good day for you, and tomorrow may not be a good day for me. You
right,
know, so
right,
we all have to be compassionate as far as that's concerned.
right, right. So are Black women too independent? Are Black women too busy? Are Black women too masculine? Our Black women got too much attitude.
Yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah,
that
yeah,
it?
yeah.
What I'm saying all
To
that
a certain
is that
standards.
the problem?
To a certain standards. To a certain standards. I agree with you.
I
To a
think
certain
I think
standards.
Black women have been always been independent.
Mhm.
They always
Hold
been
the
leaders.
fort down.
They
Right,
always been leaders in the home. Whether they took care of the home, that was a job.
Yeah,
If they
black,
didn't work outside the house, it was still a job inside the house.
yeah,
So I
black
think that they've
woman is
always
the,
been independent.
so Fahim,
yeah,
are Black women too independent? We
no,
got too much
that's
attitude.
that's what it's supposed to be. The black woman is the backbone to the man. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Wait,
We come
repeat
from
that
a
again.
woman.
Say that loud and clear. Say that loud and
Huh?
clear. Repeat that again. The women what?
The black woman is the backbone to the man. Without the
Mm,
women,
mm.
they held us down. They held us down. The women have always been strong.
Yep.
And I'm gonna just give you a little instance, like for my family, all the women are stronger than the men. I've been taught, like I said it before, like when we was coming up, things change, but when you grow older, you're supposed to get wiser. You know what I'm saying? I love black women. Black women, they supposed to be independent. When a man fail, you know what I'm saying? The black
They
woman
lift them
always
up.
holds the black man down. They the backbones. You know what I'm saying? We come from a black woman. You supposed to be upright. You supposed to be independent, hardworking, and everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I love my black sisters for real.
That's what's
So
up.
to
Yeah.
so to piggyback off what he just said, so why isn't it an issue? You being a black male, saying these things, uplifting us black women, being independent, being a backbone. Why is it an issue of us being that way? Is that we're not being submissive enough, or we're not in aligned to what we supposed to be? Like, why is it a failure in that area for us to be too independent? If you're saying
I
that.
don't, I don't want to say somewhat submissive. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go back to what the lady Bree said. Fear.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Some men have been known to be the breadwinners, but times are changing. You know what I'm saying? But it's mostly fear. You know what I'm saying, of a man, or they fear that the woman is making more money, which is nonsense to me. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter one way or another. As long as I know I'm doing my part and my woman is doing her part, man, let's get it together. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So if she fall, I'ma hold her down. If I fall, she hold me down. You know what I'm saying? But that comes from years of building. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
However you build, I don't really think it's like submissive. I think it's like, some guys probably just ain't man enough. You know what I'm saying? They probably just ain't man enough. They probably ain't. Any man in his right mind, I'm talking about a man, will love an independent woman. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you with her. That's she holding you down. Y'all holding each other down. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's just submissive. I think it's like slight fear a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Why men be scared of that a little bit. All my sisters are strong, independent, all of them. All of them got the
Mhm.
cream doing their thing. I love black sisters. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
So
somebody
I
Yeah.
tip I
somebody
tip
said
my hat.
thank you, Fahim, for showing love to the sisters.
Yeah,
Yeah. The other question to that, Raheem, should we be independent and all this strong? Should we be independent in the household, or is it okay for us to be this way and be out doing our own thing, like running and owning our own business, working a job? Do we have to have this independence only in the household to prove to be in our position? Because that's the reason why I bring this up, because that's the issue. That's on Clubhouse, TikTok, Facebook, everything. Like we can be this way, but only in the household. Everybody, that's the big thing going on right now. We're supposed to be this independent in the household, not running a business and things like that, or being working a 9 to 5 job. That's the issue. What's going on? That's why it's a stigma to us black women are being too independent, going for degrees. We too uppity. We too this. We too masculine, too independent. That is an issue that's going on.
I would say, you know, social media it would put a damp on your relationship. You know what I'm saying? It would cause some. It's not like how it used to be. You know what I'm saying? And it's inevitable that we gotta adapt to change. You know what I'm saying? But when you in a house, you can let your hair down a little bit. You can be the woman. You ain't gotta be super strong or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Relax. You know what I'm saying? But when you go out there and attack that world,
He's so chill.
uh, yeah. But when you go out there and attack that world, you attacking for you and your man, just like he going out there and attacking. You putting on game face. That's it. You don't bring the world into your home. You don't take the home into the world. And that's what social media is doing. Everybody, just like you said, everybody's looking for love on Facebook. Don't nobody really care about you on Facebook. They just want to be in your business. You know what I'm
Why
saying?
is
So
people
man,
that found some love on Facebook and they together? So I don't know. Facebook,
well,
I know some people. They in
I'm
love.
saying some people. Some. I'm not saying speaking for everybody. I'm just saying some people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But you can let your hair down a little bit and relax when you get home, and you know what I'm saying. You play the mother role or the wife role or whatever. You know what I'm saying, and let the husband do his part or whatever. And then the next
they
morning,
they cracking
y'all gonna wake
they
up
cracking up
together.
at you about their relax. So
Yeah.
Breeze, since he brought up social media, do you think? What do you think? Social media. What's happening? What you got to say about social media and love? What's your thoughts about that? Is
I
it?
gotta hear this.
Sister. All right, so I kind of found love on social media, kind of. So I'm not saying that it is not possible, because it is. Um, and it wasn't like a dating site. It was just that my cousin and a friend and my wife, they were friends. So it was already there. But it still was through social media. It's how we linked up. But I think that it's out there. People have to get to know people. They have to take the time, no matter what the situation is. If it's social media, if it's a dating app, if it's a speed dating in person, whatever it is, you still have to take the time, get to know people. What I do believe is people don't take the time. So they will go and meet somebody, and then it's like they on to the next, and then on to the next. Too many options, especially for men. Men have more options than women. So
Yes.
women don't have that um that all these different picks, I would say, especially of Black men in our community. So they don't have many options. You have I now I'm starting to see more Black men that are going to school and running businesses and doing a thing like now. But a little while back, I didn't see that too often. I didn't see it too often. But I'm glad that it's happening now, and I'm glad that they are becoming more aware of wanting more for themselves and for their children. So I love that, and like I said, I just think that it's you just have to take the time to get to know the people.
Yeah, I definitely think I won't say I definitely think that Black men, great Black men, great fathers, great husbands is more visible now for
Yes,
some reason. It
yes,
didn't, and I won't say
They
that
are.
it
I have
wasn't.
met some.
I can't say that it hadn't always been there because we got, Fahim, he been married
yeah,
20 some years. I know some
yeah,
people that's been married 30, 40 years. But I do love that for some reason, visually,
we're seeing it more now.
we're seeing it
Yeah,
more and more now. And that's a great thing,
it is. It
like you
is.
love Black women, I love my Black men.
Yeah,
But I love that is visual. I love him hearing our Black men give kudos
yeah,
to Black women
yeah.
and
And still
referring
respect
to
Black
them
women.
as queens, and
Yes,
him being able to say you can be independent, but you can also relax when you get
yeah,
home.
yeah,
because I can definitely see a woman that's independent, busy, doing the boss thing, coming home, still trying to be
mhm,
boss.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
I've seen it.
Trying to run it for
you
everyone,
trying to
huh?
run, you
Right.
trying to run everything. And I'm gonna remember that, girl. I'm gonna be like Yolanda, relax,
You at home now. I got this. And that's okay.
relax.
That's
You
okay.
know,
That. Yeah,
and being able to make that transition,
yeah,
from the struggle, maybe that's a good thing for all of us, men and women, to not bring everything home.
yeah.
We know what we face out in the world, from racism to trying to get to the top to doing the entrepreneur thing to trying to have a career and the struggles that we have to deal with that, you know, and being able to come home to what's a loving environment, a caring environment, a peaceful environment, an environment of support and nurturing, and
And
being
love.
able to make that an environment of love.
Turn
you
that
know
switch off. You got to know when
yeah,
to turn the
turn
switch
it,
off.
absolutely, to
Work,
be able
work
to.
at work, and then come home. You gotta turn it like they say when you go to work. You don't bring your problems. Like you could have had an argument at home, and then you get to work and you leave it at the door. You going in there to do your job. You got to do the same thing when you get home. You done worked all day. When you come home, it's home time.
Right.
It's home
So
time.
I'm gonna
No phones, no nothing.
put Fahim back on the spot. So I know what women say about love. I know what we say our challenges are and our struggles, and men just, what do men say? What do your homies, your guy friends say about love and relationships that we need to know?
All my homies is married.
That's what's
So
up.
you know what I'm saying? Well, you know what I'm saying? All my homies is married. So that's what I was saying, like from the jump. You gotta surround yourself with like-minded people.
I
You know what I'm saying? So what I look like going to hang with gangbangers. You know what I'm saying? So,
mm,
some of that gonna rub off, if you're not strong enough. So I put myself with people that's on like the same thing I'm on. I reach out though. I reach out to help young people, gangbangers and all that. You know what I'm saying? But my main thing, like who I come in contact with like on the daily is guys that's married. You know what I'm saying? I can't hang around single guys too much. I got some homies that's single, you know what I'm saying? But we don't get off into the conversations like that because they know most the people that I'll be around. I'm married. You know what I'm saying? So
That's important. That's important. That's
Wow, I love
important.
that. I
Yeah,
love
that's
that.
important for him because for a man to even say, I can't hang around other single men, technically, like you do have single friends, but
right,
it's easy for somebody to be like, oh, this happening, and you call you a single friend or somebody that's not married or don't really understand. They're like, girl, leave him alone. You can't do that. It's a whole different ball game. So it's good to even have that knowledge. Men stray real easily, I would say. So for you to even have that discipline enough to be like, oh, I'm only hanging with my married friends because my wife is
Mm,
what's most important, my house.
right.
yeah.
You know, I
But
love
what
that. Yeah,
I'm gonna clear it up. I do come in not like you know what I'm saying. Guys that's not married. You know what I'm saying. I
yeah,
have a lot of people that's married, but I don't hang with them every day like that. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying. You still got some good guys. They don't bash women or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying.
Oh
When
yeah,
they see me, and the people that I'm around, to be honest with you, a lot of them want what I
they
have.
want that. Yeah,
I really ain't got much. I just got trust, loyalty. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I
you got
got.
a lot. That's
You
a
know what
lot.
I'm saying? I mean,
That's a lot.
but
That's
yeah,
riches. You got riches. You rich. Because
yeah,
when people see that and they admire that, that is the model that they looking for. That is what's lacking. I mean, I got straight friends too, and I have single friends. We hang out with everybody. Single friends, every couples, whatever. Our single friends, they respect our relationship, my house, and we do the same for them. But it's those ones that that's like throwing in the towel because they got all this negative things going on in their house or in their lives. Again, take a look within self. To figure out how can you balance that out. It's a balance, and it's important. That balance is important.
Right. And conversations like this is so important with everything that's going on in the world, with everything that's going on with our kids, with our young people, everything that's happening in the streets. I think this is part of, you know what I'm saying? It is, I think it is so important and not, and the love, not just extending that love beyond the relationship. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? If you got a couple together and married and it's solid and the love and the family see it and the kids see it and they kind of share it and it out, to me it's out, pouring it out.
yeah,
I think we need more of that for them to pour out that love. We need to celebrate, these marriages for 10 years and 20 years and 30 years and, make that a cool thing. Like,
yeah. And we
make
need
that
we need
be,
to celebrate the people that's loving themselves, that's single,
yeah,
because
Yes,
they
absolutely.
love
yes,
they loving
you have
themselves in
to.
their single life. They like, look, I don't want a
That
commitment.
was
I'm
me,
not
Yeah,
Star.
looking for a marriage. I'm loving me right now.
Yeah.
right.
I don't want children. Love on
Good
that
point.
too.
Good
That's
point.
pour into them, pour into that because that's important as well, because that is what you really want. It's got to start there first, and then you
Right,
take that out, for your
right,
love, looking for your love. So
right. Man, y'all said some great stuff. We're gonna wrap it up. We had some great feedback from those that was watching, and we're gonna continue to share this. We're gonna continue to have this conversation because there's a lot to be said about just black love, period. I know we kind of zoned in a little bit on like the relationship and marriage and stuff like that. But like you said, Dion, it's not even just the couples. It's the those that are single and loving themselves and being able to share that with everyone else. So I'm just y'all know I like, if well you don't know, but if you know now, I like to wrap it up by just everybody giving their final thoughts. I'm gonna start with Rain. What are your final thoughts on this topic?
So my final thoughts on this topic is just to continue to love yourself. What finds you is meant for you, and just evaluate it. See if it's worth your time and energy. And we're at a time in our lives where things should not be wasted anymore. That's on yourself and anybody that you want to be with. So I think more of self love, piggyback what Bree said, self love is definitely it. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. That's my insight on it.
I like that. I like that.
I like that
Okay,
too.
Breeze, what you
Yeah.
got? What are your final what are your final words?
I was just gonna keep it simple because I think it has so many different areas and so many different topics that we can go in. So I'm just gonna say love is, and that's just it
Hmm.
because it is. Love is.
That is
Oh, what
tattooed.
love is? What is
That is
love?
tattooed. That's tattooed right here
It's,
on this
it's
side.
tattooed
On
on
this
me
side.
too. It's
Yeah.
tattooed on me
Oh,
too. It's
Love
tattooed on. Love
is.
is.
I like that. That's dope. Fahim, what you got? What are your final words? What do you want to leave us with?
Black is beautiful. And we gotta teach the babies. The babies are the greatest. So we gotta teach them because most of us, the older people, the elders, they set in their ways. We gotta reach these kids and show them, teach them how like it. You know what I'm saying? Like us, we gotta teach them like how it used to be a village to raise a child. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Black is beautiful and the babies are the greatest.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
that was
Thank you
deep.
guys so much. We had Rain, Breeze, Fahim, great conversation, great
Yes.
engagement from people that was watching. I'm
I
gonna
see. They
take
really
y'all.
talking.
Yeah. I'm gonna
They
pull y'all
talking in
off for
here.
a second. We're gonna close it down. Y'all hang on for a minute. I just want to end by giving a big shout out to three of them. Um, if you missed it, watch the replay. They shared a lot. We talked about love in the Black community, trust and fear, communication. It's okay to be independent, but when you get home, to relax. And we can go on and on and on. The importance of us being able to demonstrate, that we have this love and that it still exists, it's still there, it's still out there. Some of this stuff is in my book. I usually read something in here, um, but go get it. Go get my book. It's on Amazon. Mahim has a book on Amazon. I'm gonna make sure that I post both of them and the links to both of them. And thank you for those that are watching that added some comments. And we'll be back. The conversation continues. Let's continue to chat about love. All right, y'all. Peace. I'm out. I love me and I love you. All right, now we ending.